Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Monday, April 7th. It is 6:24 right now. We have market opening up in about 6 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update. And we should be good to go. Looks like we are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Link it sent out. All right, looks like we are good to go here. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Pretty messy, especially after these huge drops. Man, we're down to 36,000. That's crazy. Market crash is, yeah, it's nuts. All right, so it looks like the market here is starting to sort of stabilize a little bit, at least for now. Looks like on the hourly chart over here, prices starting to go sideways a little bit. All right, going down to the 10-minute. Going down to 1 minute over here. Looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, April 7th. It is 6:28 right now. We have market opening up in about 2 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity below is over here at 37,196. That's probably where price is going to push to on open. Next level above is going to be right here at 37,550. Direction for the breakout today is looking like it's going to be a sell. So if you guys are looking to take it, it's going to be a sell for today. Again, volatility is really high, just like it was on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, guys. So looking over here, ETR is currently at 63. This means that each candle is moving an average of 63 points at a minimum. So I would just be careful with your entries if you guys are looking to take anything here on open. For me personally, I would just wait until the market here kind of stabilizes a little bit before you start to take anything, because obviously, market's going to move pretty crazy here. So we'll see what happens here in a few. Market's about to open in about 30 seconds. Breakout for today, again, is going to be a sell if anybody is looking to take that. I mean, the 50-50 might be a little hectic to take. You can see over here, like the 50-50 is really tight. So you might want to go for 100-100 because of the high volatility. if you're looking to take the breakout, or if you want to go for something higher, I mean, you can go for something even higher from there. Market's going to open up shortly in about 6 minutes. Again, direction for the breakout today is going to be a sell. I mean, just kind of depends on what you guys want to use. If you want to do a 50-50 or 100-100, or if you want to just wait, like I said earlier, I would just wait until the market here kind of stabilizes a little bit. Like, for example, the breakout for today is going to be a sell, but I would wait for it to kind of push up a little bit like it's doing right now. And then when it comes back down, I would take that drop back down further. So not in the breakout, as you guys know, I haven't taken the breakout in a really long time, actually, for this specific reason. So again, right here, price is coming down, and it is now pushing down from here. And let's see who's here so far. Morning, Lila. Morning, Maria. Morning, Stephen. Morning, Daniel. Morning, everybody. Lila said Trade-A-Bait is dead. What do you mean by that, Lila? Is your guys' Trade-A-Bait not working? Mine's working fine, so I'm not sure if anybody else is having issues with Trade-A-Bait, but mine's working fine right now. Yeah, it seems like everyone's Trade-A-Bait's working right now, Lila. So I'm not sure if it's just you or if it's, I don't know, something specific. Yeah, maybe log out, log back in. So guys, again, right here, if you use the, like I said earlier, you should probably use a higher TP stop loss for the breakout, because the ATR is just extremely high. 50 just won't work because it's too tight. Breakout's currently running in profit right now for 100. Okay, perfect. So Steven said he waited 2 seconds and then he entered for TP, which was reached. Have a nice day. Happy trading. Yeah, definitely. Smart move right there, Steven. So Steven did what I mentioned. He waited to take the breakout a little bit for price to kind of push up, and then he took it as it came back down. So Steven went for those 50 points. He hit his TP, and he's pretty much done for the day. So nice work right there, Steven. If you guys are still holding on to it, again, like I said, I don't like taking the breakout as much anymore because of the crazy movement, especially right here on open. You might want to wait a little bit before taking it, but if you do, you probably want to go for a bigger TP stop loss, like 100 instead of 50-50, or even 100 or 100-150. It just kind of depends on the risk to reward. But if you look at how price is currently moving right here, it looks like price isn't really moving very much, but it's actually moving a lot. So the reason why I say that is because the ATR right here is 75. These candles look like they're very small, but these are not small candles. If you measure the candle here, like the current candle that just closed, this is a 100-point candle. Like, these candles are huge. So I would kind of just sit tight for a little bit, guys, wait for the market here to stabilize like we did last week, and then look for entries. Looks like the breakout here is about to hit for 100 points, and there you go. Breakout hit for 100 points right there, full TP. So even if you took it immediately on open right here, the breakout would have hit for full TP. If you guys are not familiar with the momentum breakout strategy, we had a sell momentum here at 628. This is basically the last candle where the momentum can come up, and that was a breakout. This is the reason why we took the sell here on open. So momentum breakout on open, full TP right there for 100 points. The ATR again is extremely high, guys. It is, man, this ATR is at 91. I think this is 7 points. Yeah. But the 14-point ATR is currently at 79. So it's really high right now. Like I said last week, I'm probably gonna have to adjust my TP stop loss to 50-50, guys, because it's just, I mean, it's way too high right now. It's way too high. So I'm gonna go and make my adjustments right now, actually, in my Ninja Trader, because I don't think I'm gonna go anything below 50. All right, so if you guys are looking to take any entries here, I would probably just continue waiting, guys. If you want to take this here, as there's an NPSB2 that just came up. This candle was huge, so obviously I wouldn't recommend taking it. But if you guys did take it, there was an NPSB2 that came up right here. I think the 50-50 might be a little too tight too. I mean, in this sense, like, you'd have to wait for the ATR to come down a bit because it's currently at 85. So if your TP stop loss is at 50, then obviously it's not going to hit, or it might get stopped out before it hits. So for example, for this entry here, if you wanted to take this, you know, I wouldn't go anything less than like maybe 85. You can see right here the 85 would have survived, but the problem with this here is that this candle was even bigger than that 85. This was a 143 point candle. So again, guys, like I said, I would personally wait for the market here to stabilize a little bit. It's currently at liquidity right now. It's blue line. I'll look at the confluences and stuff, but you know, it just doesn't look like a good setup here for you to want to take at that. So right here we have the sellers in control. Like I said earlier, guys, you probably want to wait a little bit for the market here to kind of stabilize a little bit, meaning not stabilize as in like going sideways, but stabilize in the ATR kind of slowing down a little bit because these candles here are just way too big. Again, look at this one, this current candle that's running. The ATR is at 88, but this candle is like 130 points. So, I mean, the 50-50 might not even cut it. We might have to move up to like 75, maybe 85, maybe 100. Because there's just no way we can do this. You can't do a 30-30 for here, guys. Like that's just it's out of the question. There's no way you can really run a 30-30 CP stop loss here. I mean, the spread's 4, ATR is extremely high. So there's not going to be any way here to really take this for a 30-30. I mean, if you guys want to take it as a 30-30, you might be able to get pretty lucky because it'll spike to your TP, but it's not really going to be worth the risk because it's probably going to spike to your stop loss before it spikes to your TP. Wes is asking, you thinking about adjusting TP stop loss for NPSV2? Yeah, for right now, Wes, I've adjusted it to 50-50. I mean, I might even have to adjust this to something wider. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what the average ATR is. Right now, it's at 87. So we've only been in this type of market for about 3 days. So the ATR is really, we don't know what the average is at the moment, right? Like right now, if I was to just take a guess, I think the ATR right now might be like closer to like 80 on average. And what I mean is like where it typically sits at. But last Friday, so what happened was we had the ATR like up to 100. It was at like 75, 85, 95, 100. And then what happened was closer to 7 o'clock, the ATR dropped down to like 50. And that's where we took our trade. I'm not sure if you were on the live with us, but that's where we took our live or our trade during the live on Friday. And we basically just waited for the market here to kind of stabilize a little bit because eventually it's going to stabilize, right? It's not going to keep dumping forever. It's going to stabilize. It's going to start to range a little bit. And that's kind of what we're waiting for here. Like we don't want to catch, you know, this is what people call a falling knife, right? Price is dumping super hard. It's currently bouncing off the sessions right now. So we'll see. I got it set to 50 right now, Wes, but you know, who knows? If this stays at 80 for like the next 2 hours, then okay. At that point, I'm like, all right, the average probably like now at 80. So we'll see. But again, this is just market open. So it's 6:38 right now. You know, as we get closer to 7, market here might kind of slow down a little bit, slow down in the direction of movement. And then from there, we can probably get a better idea of what to set it to. Let's see, looking at the news for today, there's not really much news. We have the Fed speaking at 7:30. It's Fed Kugler. That's about it. See, big contract just came in right here on the, all right, 57, about 60 contracts over here filled at for a sell at 37.58. So looking at that over here, so a bunch of sellers just started coming in right here at 37.58. All right, so this liquidity is knocked out. We have another level of liquidity below right here. What I'm looking for here, guys, is I'm looking for price to stabilize a little bit. I said earlier, I'm just waiting for it to kind of slow down. Doesn't have to slow down a lot, but you know, just enough. There's open price right there. So this is where that big order was filled. It's filled at 58. So what I would look for here is a possible fake out and then continuation back down from this price, because there was like about 60 contracts that got filled right there, and basically a bunch of more followed it right after. So look for possible fake out, continuation back down. Let's take a look at the overall chart. I mean, again, we don't really have to care about the trend here because the trend's obviously bearish. If you look over here on the 4-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute time frame, prices below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. Looking over here at the shorter time frames, the 10-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute, everything here is bearish as well. Prices below the pivots, the trend meter below is red, and the pivots are angling to the downside. So with that said, over here, the overall trend is bearish. Obviously the breakout here. I'll put a screenshot of the breakout in the chat so that you guys can see what came up for today. Yeah, so same thing happened last week. I think we used the breakout for 100 points. Nothing else has come up yet, though. So, man, the ATR is super, super high, guys. ATR is now at 93. So again, like I said, I'm trying to figure out what the average is. There really isn't an average right now because it went from 80 to like 93, and it's probably gonna go up to 100 if the volatility keeps moving this high. Looking over here at the market profile, so here's a couple things to look at. We have a couple confluences here for a sell. So we got a top rejection right here off the value low, right? So looking at this red candle right here, it's rejecting off the value low. So that's going to be a nice confluence for a sell entry. Looking over here on the 30-minute market profile, we have a rejection on both ends. We have a rejection off the point of control right here. That's going to be a nice rejection for a sell. Also, we have a rejection right here, a temporary rejection on the bottom end for a possible push to the upside. But I mean, ideally, I'd probably look for the sell. Looking over here on the 1 hour, we don't have a rejection from the top end, but we do have price pushing away from the value high here. So you can see how this was kind of going back and forth from market open on Sunday. Price going back and forth. Came up to the value high here, bounced off it, and came back down. So we're currently in market profile right now in the 1 hour. I might have to wait until about 7 o'clock for this to close so that we can have better confluences. But for the most part, we do have some nice top rejections over here, across the board. So market's doing exactly what I just marked up here. So I said if price pushes up here for fake out and then closes back below, it's probably gonna keep dropping. That's exactly what happened here, right? Whenever I see these big orders come in, I try to mark a line there and kind of see where the orders flew in from. So basically, whenever I see price kind of fake out and come back down, this is a confirmation that price is going to probably continue dropping from where it was. So looking at that right there, nice drop below. Broke past this liquidity, it's dropping down to this next level right here. Let's take a look at the volume profile. Sorry, 1 second. All right, so looking over here at the volume profile, we have the same thing. Price kind of pushed away from the market, from the point of control up here. And then it came all the way back down. It's currently at the value low over here down below. We'll see if it bounces off there or if it continues to drop. Here's a clean chart. We have a rejection right here off the 36,900. It's not a strong rejection, but it is a rejection nonetheless. We have a rejection on both ends right here. So we have a rejection right here off the top end at the 36,900. We also have a rejection right here off the bottom end, which is at the 36,850. So we have confluences on both ends. I mean, it just kind of depends on like what you're looking for. If you guys are looking to take sells, there's confluences for a sell. If you're looking to take buys, there's confluences for a buy. Here's the SR chart. I'm gonna see if there's not really any zones here to mark up. Yeah, there's not really many zones here at all. It's a daily chart. So price is currently at the weekly support right now. We have to go on the weekly chart because everything else it's not really relevant. Okay, so here's the weekly support resistance, guys. Um, we have a rejection off the weekly support down here. So we got the weekly support level right here. Price just bounced off that weekly support. And the ATR is about to be at 100, guys. So I think we might have to go for 100 for our moves today. If we do find something here. It's yeah, it's pretty high. It's over 100 now, it's 101. So what I'm looking at, guys, is the ATR down below. I'm trying to find the average. Yeah, shifts, it sounds all set up, 100 in case for a custom setup. Seems like the next month we're gonna have high ATRs. Yeah, same here. I think we would probably move them in increments of 25, guys. So like 50-50, 75-75, 100-100. I think those are going to be the key custom TP stop losses to use, because I mean, looking at this for now, I mean, it's super high, guys. The thing is, the strategy still works. It's just you have to have a high enough TP stop loss to survive these moves. Like, for example, we had an NPSV2 that came up right here, right? Sell signal, retracement, continuation. Like, if you would have taken this one right here for, like, we'll say 75-75, like, you would have won this trade, right? Or if you would have taken it for 100. So the thing is, the strategy still works. It's just you got to figure out what your TP stop loss should be to be able to survive these moves. I mean, 100 would probably be more ideal because the ATR is going higher. It's not going lower. So you probably want to have it wider than tighter. So I'm probably gonna sort that out as well, Shiv. I mean, just, the strategy is working fine. It's just you have to be able to have the proper, because like for example, over here, see we had a sell signal, price retraced up, came back down. If your TP stop loss here, I mean, it wouldn't really matter what your TP stop loss would have been for this specific trade, but if you had it wait 100, it still would have. I mean, it would take a little longer, of course, but it would still hit. And you wouldn't have to be worried about getting stopped out too early. So again, right here, we have price pushing back up. It was rejecting off the weekly support right there. We had a nice rejection right here off the whole number. It's the 36,850. We got a nice rejection off the value low right here off the volume profile. Nice. Okay, so the buys are actually looking pretty good, guys. We have a nice rejection right here off the value low on the 1 hour. Rejection right here off the value low on the 30-minute. And rejection right here off the value low on the 1 minute as well. So the buys are actually looking pretty good right now. The only thing to be kind of concerned with would be obviously the ATR. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out what the numbers would be right now for my. See if I was to take a buy here. That'd have to be 5 contracts. That'd be less. 4 contracts. I gotta figure out my numbers are gonna be. For this here. So let me see if I'm doing 75. I'm trying to get the numbers down right here. If you guys want to take this entry, this is going to be an MPSV2, but it's at a red flag, guys. So we have a buy signal here, price pushed up, retrace right there. It's currently bouncing off the sessions right there. So this is an MPSV2 setting up. It's not one I would take because it's at a red flag. But if you guys do want to take this here, ETR is currently at 107. So I think your TP stop loss should be around 100. If you guys are looking to take that there. Setting up my custom ATMs for this, just in case I need to make these changes. All right, so it's running right now in profit, guys. This is the MPSV2 for a buy. It's for 100 points. You guys are looking to take that. It's currently running in profit. I didn't take this trade here. It's just it was at a red flag, so I didn't want to take it at the sessions right there. So I'm following it for you guys here. Not in the positions, following it for you guys here. As you guys know, this is an area of manipulation, so I typically don't trade around that area. Basically, any of these dotted lines that go from left to right, I don't take any trades that are touching those areas or have to cut through those areas. And you can see over here, price is kind of going back and forth. So depending on what you wanted to take, if you took it for 100, it's still currently running. If you took it for 75, I think it already hit your TP. Yeah, TP already hit there for 75, but the 100 is still running. So like I said before, guys, there's going to be three different, or it just kind of depends on where the TP stop loss is with regard to ATR. If you went for the 100, guys, it just hit TP right there. So you guys can see my strategies are working perfectly fine. It's just you have to adjust your TP stop loss to adapt to the current market conditions. The ATR is just extremely high right now. Nice. So Chris took it right there for 100. Nice work, Chris. And he hit his full TP. So great work on catching that move right there, Chris. Setting up my, so now I'm going to be setting up my custom. See, the problem with this here is that I'm going to have to, which isn't going to be a huge deal, but I'm going to have to change the size on my things too, on my copiers, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. It's just one of those things. I got that set up right there. And then put 100 as well. So 100. Yeah, we're probably not going to use the 30 for a while, so. All right, so I got all my things set up here, my custom ATM. So whenever I need to make adjustments or changes, I'll be able to make those changes. I just gotta change other things too with my copier, so I just gotta remember to do that. All right, so I've got my preset to 100, arc over here as well. So Adam said confirm copier work as well. Nice work, Adam. So Adam and Chris both took the entry right there for the buy for the MPSV2. They took it both for 100 points, so full TP on that. And then Arc over here as well hit it for 75.75. So I would keep it around that range, guys. If you guys are looking to take any entries here, you can keep it at about 75.75 or 100. I think that's going to be I would say that'd probably be the average for the market that we're currently in. I don't think this volatility is going to die down anytime soon, guys. I think the volatility is going to stay high, which is good because we want high volatility, right? We don't want a dead market. We want high volatility. It's just you have to adapt with it so that you don't get caught in the movements when the movements are moving really slow. Because right now it seems like the consistency of like the movements per candle are going to be around 100. And this is why it's important that you follow the ATR, because the ATR is going to tell you how much the candles are moving, right? So nice work, guys. For those of you who caught profits on that trade, we've got Craig over here. So Craig just passed his phase 1 on FTMO, locked in 1,200 for the day. Nice work, Craig. Yeah, Craig said that took me 16 days. I never had an eval that long. Only thing I changed is watching Sean and aiming for consistency. Nice work, Craig. Yeah, so like Craig said, it took him longer to pass this eval, but the only thing that changed is that now he's aiming for consistency. He doesn't care about like catching every single trade that comes up. He's okay with being consistent and just being conservative, waiting for those trades that are absolutely going to hit. So like what Craig here, he's not taking his own trades, he's just watching my analysis and watching as I call out trades, and he's taking them. So Craig took this trade right here. He locked in 1,200 and he just passed his phase 1 of FTMO. So big congrats to Craig over here. I mean, it's a big step, guys. If you guys have been trading for a while, I mean, Craig's been with us on and off for a while now. And it just goes to show that consistency and conservative trading is if you want to trade for a long time, you have to learn how to be conservative and to be consistent. Because yeah, you can get lucky and you can pass evals and make a lot of profit very quickly, but how sustainable is that? Can you do that for like over a month or for over a year or for whatever, right? So for me, I've just been like super consistent with my trades. Yeah, you guys have seen all of so I didn't post all of my stats for last week because I wasn't here, I was on vacation. But here are my stats for March. So for March, March ended on Monday last week. I locked in a profit of 41,580, total profit of 239,100 for March. And then for April, I took a loss here on Wednesday. If you guys remember, I had a bit of some issues with my connection and my laptop. So I had a loss there, but luckily I was able to recoup some of that with the second trade we took. Then for Friday over here, we took one trade. I locked in 28,800. And those are my profits for April. So for the year so far, here's the overview. This is year to date. So this is from January 1st up until yesterday, which was April 6th, or today, April 7th. Let's put year to date. And this is the curve of my profitability. So I'm in profit, a total gross of 401,920 and net 340,000. So you can see here, it's just been consistent growth to the upside because I'm being very conservative with my trades and I'm just taking trades that I know absolutely are going to hit. So if you guys want to find consistency, like I said, you just have to stick to the trades that you know are for sure going to hit. Don't take every single trade. Unless you're Arik, Arik here, he likes to take every single trade. It just depends on the person, right? If you want to trade like me, then focus on those trades that are absolutely going to hit. If you want to take every single trade, just lower your contract size and take every single trade that comes up, because you can see the trades here are hitting. It just kind of depends on your personality. If you want to be aggressive or if you want to be conservative, you can't be in the middle, guys. So just keep that in mind. You can't be in the middle. You're either going to be a conservative trader all the time or you're going to be an aggressive trader all the time. The reason why you can't be in the middle is because if you're conservative some days and you're aggressive some days, that means you're going to trade on tilt, right? Like you can have a good day where you're conservative, and you can have a bad day where you're aggressive, and then you just end up, it doesn't work out that way. You have to be one or the other. So we'll see. I'm looking for another entry over here. This liquidity right here got hit. So we have, see, we have the buyers in control from right here. Buy signal, MPSV2. This is so this is an A++ setup that's currently setting up right here. The only problem is that I think it's a little overextended for the push to the upside. The rejection right here off the point of control on the 1 minute. We don't have any rejections over here on the 30-minute, not quite. Looking at the 1 hour, we do have a rejection off the point of control right there as well. Looking at the volume profile, we currently have a current rejection right here off the volume profile, but it wasn't before this actual candle. So looking at this here, we don't have any rejections from the bottom end. I mean, aside from this rejection right here, but this was a long time ago. So for me personally, I don't think there's enough confluences here for me to want to take any buys. Yeah, it doesn't look like a good area to be taking buys anyways. So looking at this now, it looks like we're starting to establish some sort of range. I mean, it's a big range. It's a huge range, but it's a range nonetheless. So let me go over here and just mark this up real quick. All right. So we're like in this really, really big range right here. And the ATR is still super, super high. ATR is currently at 9 right now, or 109. So I think, yeah, the TP stop loss that should be used would probably be 100 right now, guys. If you guys are still looking to take trades, there's no need, like you don't have to not trade. You can still trade. You just have to adjust your TP stop loss where it makes sense. And it seems like 100 is going to be the number right now. So I'm just adjusting all of my copiers right now to contract sizes that I need to take. Look at the math again on this. Like my math is off on this one. All right, so I made my adjustments right there. It's just the numbers are different because of the TP stop loss. I might have to. That's all right. It works out for me. All right, so looking at this so far, guys, we currently have price that's kind of going back and forth around this upper range right now. Nothing for us to take here at the moment. Let's see. Lila said FTM. I thought US citizens are not accepted for trading. Yeah, Craig's not from the US. He's from the UK. I think he's from Europe, somewhere in Europe. I'm assuming UK. So that's why he's able to use FTM. Yeah, Daniel said 2K point market swings in the past hour is insane. It's like we're trading Bitcoin. I know, right? This is crazy, guys. If you guys look at how much price has swung within the last, like, basically from open. Price has swung about 500 points from open, and then about 1,000 over here. Scotland, okay. Yeah, Craig's from Scotland. So, yeah, Craig fortunately is able to use FTMO. Unfortunately, we can't use FTMO. But Craig does, of course. So FTMO was good, you know, like I liked FTMO back then. If FTMO was still was available now, I would still use them. But yeah, fortunately, they are not available here in the US. That's why we moved over to futures, which is kind of annoying because now we have all this regulation and stuff. I mean, it's good because we're on a regulated market, but there is a lot more regulation. Like I gotta get my license and all this stuff because it is what it is. But yeah, so we've moved about, like, this has moved down 500 points. This on a regular day, this would never happen. Like we would maybe have like, you know, 100-point move, maybe 200-point move, but 500-point move, that's like an NFP day there. If you measure like the whole day though, like this is over 1,000 points, which is mad. It's crazy. And the ATR just keeps getting higher. Well, I think this is the average now. So the average is going to be around 100. This means that every candle is moving about 108 points. So this is the current average right now, the ATR. On a normal day, the average ATR would be about like this much. So the candles don't look big, but they're huge compared to what a normal candle would move like during a regular day. On a regular day, it's moving about like 20 to 30 points. So you guys can see like it's crazy how much it's moved here, or how much it's moving. Each candle here is huge. This candle is about a 56-point candle. So you guys can see here the volatility is starting to kind of die down a little bit. CJ said, I know Apex is happy with these market conditions. We have no choice but to purchase a larger account if we want to survive the ATR. Exactly, CJ. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of these prop firms are also happy because a lot of people are blowing accounts, right? This is really hard to stay consistent in a market like this. You know, like I know people are trying to chase the sells, but it's so easy to get stopped out if price swings back up on you right here. And then same with this right here. If you're chasing the buys, price is coming all the way back down again. Slept all weird last night. All right, so we have a possible MPS for a sell coming up. Let's look at the confluences. So we have a rejection right here off the point of control on the 1 minute. We have a rejection right here off the point of control on the 30-minute. We have a rejection off the point of control on the 1 hour. We have a rejection off the volume profile over here on the or we have a rejection off the value high here on the market profile, volume profile actually. We have a rejection right here off the whole number, 37,600. And we got price pushing away from the resistance over here, the weekly resistance level. So we got a sell possibly setting up here, guys. In order for this sell to come up, we need price to break and close below the black line right here. So if you guys are looking to take this, ATR is currently 105, so you probably want to take it for a 100-point TP stop loss. The only problem here is that price is going to have to get past the opening price right here. So if you're looking to take this, I would probably, if price does push down a little bit, I would move the stop loss in profit. Okay, I think that would probably be the key thing. If price pushes down a little bit, move your stop loss in profit and then go for that full TP. But if not, then no. If not, then watch it from there. All right, we got this candle closing in about 13 seconds, guys. We're looking to take this here for an MPS V2. It's got to close below that black line, though. If it doesn't close below that black line, no entry. So no entry right here. Actually, let me see if I get in.
Orders.
So this thing closed like right at the line, guys. It's kind of tricky right here where it closed at. Trying to get in from right here. I'm gonna watch here.
Bill.
See. Yeah, I got stopped out on that. So I got stopped out on that. That was a bad trade, guys. I should have not entered into that, but it's all good. I was trying to get into it, and then this is what I mean. Like this is what's even going on here? This candle is huge. No, it's all good. I took a loss on that one. This is crazy. What's even going on here? Let me check. This candle is what 400, 500 point candle, guys. I don't even know what's going on right now. The Fed's not speaking. Let's see. Something is going on that I have no idea what's going on. This thing pushed up about 500 points and it's still pushing up higher. So I just got really unlucky with this. I mean, I shouldn't have entered it, but I thought it was going to come back down a little bit. But this is, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Let's see. There's nothing on CNBC. There's nothing on Biz Talk. Okay, I see. So Daniel said EU announced they are willing to sit at the table to negotiate. Man, that literally had to come up as soon as I got into that one. It's okay. So it's okay for that one right there. It is what it is. You know, I had no idea something was gonna get released right now. But thanks guys for the heads up. Thanks, Mondra. Thanks, Daniel, for the heads up. Damn, the ATR is crazy right now, guys. Like I can't I can't this is man, this is insane. The ATR is gonna go up to 200, it looks like. Nice. Chris actually rode that to the upside. Nice work, Chris. You know, I was kind of tempted to do the same, but I'll just wait for the next setup to come up here. So this is why it's really tricky when you trade during like these crazy market conditions, because you just don't know what to expect. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're going to, let's see, tariff updates. Trump advisors feud with each other over tariffs and US market tank. Yeah, I'm trying to see where that news came out. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere over here. Let me refresh Biz Talk. I would probably wait a little bit, guys. I wouldn't like chase this anymore. If you guys already got in and got out, I would probably wait a little bit because there's gonna be some sort of correction here. I mean, there's always gonna be some sort of correction. Damn, this thing is the ATR is at 200 now, guys. This is pretty crazy for today. Like these are I think these market movements are more extreme than when we traded COVID. Because for COVID, it was like you'd have like one big spike and they would kind of just stay there. This is yeah, Visual said with only 2 micros, he made 1,050. This is insane, LOL. Yeah, I know. I'm taking very small contract sizes too, 4 contracts on my end, so it's not like making a big impact on my account. But yeah, it's the ATR is at 212 now, guys. This is this is a crazy market. I honestly think this is crazier than COVID. Like the price fluctuations. Because the thing with COVID, it was just like, okay, dump. It didn't even retrace, it would like dump and then maybe go sideways for a little bit and then dump, sideways for a little bit, dump, sideways. Like COVID was so easy. You could just take sells and it would just dump, right? The thing with this market is like something happens, boom. Something else happens, boom. Something else happens, boom. And it's just back and forth, back and forth. This is pretty crazy. If you look at the numbers here, so wow, this is let's look at the range for today. The range for today is 2,229 points. This is unbelievable. It's crazy how much this has moved. There's an NPSV2 that's setting up right here, but I wouldn't take it because it's right at the sessions. Not that the sessions even matter right now. I don't think the sessions will even do anything in this situation because the market's moving based off news. So, usually we have these red flags here, but I don't think they're going to really make much of an impact because the market's doing what it wants to do right now, which is push up. So, I mean, yeah, this is pretty crazy. If you look over here, so again, I said this is the current range for today. Let me show you for scale. This is what a normal range looks like on a regular day. This is a regular day compared to right now. And this just happened within a few moments, right? So if you guys are looking to take this MPSV2, there's one right here that's currently, and it looks like it just hit CP right there. Yeah, that actually would have been a good entry for a buy. Yeah, Daniel said 500-point candles. CJ said it's definitely more extreme than COVID. Tarek said, do you look for CME gaps to get filled? There's a CME gap to the upside. Not really, but if you want to use a liquidity indicator, you can use that. This will show you the gaps. Sorry. So you can change it to different time frames. Like I have one here that's set on the 5-minute. Like if you just want to trade the gaps, you can do that too. Like just turn on the liquidity indicator, and then you can set it to like whatever time frame you want to have it set to, and then it'll mark up the gaps here for you. Like if you want to just look at like the higher gaps, like on the 1 hour, you can change this to like 1 hour. I mean, the lower time frame gaps will probably work better because I mean this crazy movement here, right? So if price does come back down, it's probably pushed back down to this lower gap here. But I personally don't use it. There's other people in the group who do use it. I don't use it myself, but that's what I created it for. Yeah, Valentine said I wrote it up, saw the order flow going like mad on ES as a confluence. Pretty much grab all the upper liquidity. Yeah, Shiv said I took an L on that also. All I gotta say is thank God the stop fill. I know, right, Shiv? Because that thing would have kept going further and further and further. Damn, Stern said, damn, I switched on accident to ES, gonna blow my accounts with this volatility. Yeah, the volatility here is nuts. It is pretty crazy right now. Man, this is like, I don't even know what to say. This is the craziest market I've probably traded with ever. Like I thought COVID was crazy, but this is worse with regard to the unpredictability and like it's crazy. I see Justin said, thank you, bro. Started and completed my eval today. Sheesh, unreal day. I know it's nuts. This candle right here is a 500-point candle. A 1-minute candle that so in a minute it's moved 500 points. The ATR is at 232. Geez, today is I don't know what to say. I would probably just say like sit out of the market for a little bit, guys. It's 7:19 right now. The market's gonna move pretty crazy right now because people are gonna react to the news, right? It's either gonna correct back down. Yeah, Sam said I'm done for the day, no FOMO for me. Yeah, this is I mean, this is pretty interesting for like a few people here who are brand new. Like I think Chris, yeah, Chris of course is new, Adam's new, Kyle's new. Like everybody, a lot of people here who are new. This is interesting because for you, you don't know what's normal and what's not for the most part. This is like extreme. Like if we're going from 1 to 100, from like normal to like 100 being like outlandish crazy, this is 100 basically. I don't think I've ever seen a 500 point candle aside from like the first day of COVID. After COVID, it kind of slowed down a little bit, but like I haven't seen candles this big for 1 minute. Like if this is like a 1 hour time frame, okay, that's fine. It makes sense. But this is a 1 minute candle, and like these are moving hundreds of points by the second. So like 100 points right here is equivalent to like maybe 1 point or like 10 points on a regular day. So yeah, CJ said the ATR is almost 250. This is for sure making history in the making. And it's crazy because we're seeing all this live. Like, it's different when you hear people talk about this or you see documentaries on this, but we're sitting here and we're watching this actually happen in front of our eyes. It's kind of like the market crash like in the 2000s, early 2000s. It's I don't think this is gonna hold. Obviously people are like super what's it called? They're super um they're super happy that the EU is working with the US, but the thing is like this isn't going to hold because this isn't the game changing thing that's going to make the economy change, right? Just because the EU is working with the US now doesn't necessarily mean this is going to stop the tariffs. If you guys remember last week, I kind of mentioned this. I said like there's a bigger scheme to all of this, right? Like I told you guys last week that Trump is doing all this crazy stuff because he wants bargaining power. That's what he does, right? Trump he's like a great negotiator. He's gonna do all this crazy stuff to scare people, and then people are going to listen to him, aka the rest of the countries out there, right? Like he put all these tariffs on everybody, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is crazy." And then they see the market crashing. They're like, "All right, well, we have to listen to Trump because if we don't, the whole world is going to go into recession." So it's it's an interesting time to be in the market, or just an interesting time in general, because I don't know, I couldn't predict something like this to happen today, or predict something like this to really move the market like this. Like I would probably see maybe a little push up, but this is a 2,000 point push. It's not like we got out of this whole tariff thing with that one announcement. Yeah, I don't know. The crazy thing is that this pushed up. I mean, I think that's the craziest part about it. Like I could see a big dump happening, but not a push up like that. And here it goes, price comes all the way back down. Yeah, Shiv said Warren Buffett probably bought 300 billion on that run up to wipe out the shorts. Yeah, it's nuts. Okay, so we have a sell signal right here. We have a possible MPSV2 that's starting to, I guess, set up here. Anybody is looking to take the entry. I mean, I think the 100 points might not even cut it, guys, to be honest. Like, here's 100 points. Earlier, we thought 100 points was big, right, or enough space. 100 points looks like it's barely going to cover it, no? I would wait. CJ's asking, should we change our TP stop loss? I mean, yeah, if you plan on taking something, definitely change your TP stop loss. But for me, I would probably just wait a little bit because, yeah, I mean, personally, I would just wait. The ATR is way too high. I've never seen it this high. I don't even know if you could have, like, your contract size might have to be set to like 1 if you go any higher. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, your contract size would have to be around like 2 units. Like you basically be at, I mean, this is me on a 300K account. If you guys are not on a 300K account, you're gonna have to go less than, like, you have to go to 1. Or you have to move down to the micro. So instead of trading YM, you'd have to go down to MYM. It's the same thing, but you can use smaller contract sizes on MYM. So just I mean, that's crazy. That's how much the market has moved that we might have to move down to the micros. I've never traded the micros before. But because it's so expensive right now to trade YM, you might even have to go down to the micros if you're on a small account. That's the key thing if you're on a small account. Okay, Daniel said ATR hit 250 for a second. That's crazy. It's pretty nuts to see this. Let's see. Visual is asking, is there a circuit breaker to the upside? No. So there's no circuit breaker to the upside. Like the market doesn't care if it goes to the moon, but there's only circuit breaker if it goes down. So, well, this is crazy. So if you look at this here, we almost like went back to our normal price. This is so crazy how far it pushed up. Because remember last week we were at like 40,000. We almost got back to 40,000. So if you guys look over here, this is like kind of where price was last week. We almost recovered all the way back to where the drop started happening. But then price ended up coming back down, of course. It's pretty insane. I'm gonna take this range off. I don't really care about the range anymore. Yeah, but you guys are so you guys here who are trading with me now, like you guys are basically witnessing history because in the future, like right now in today's age, we talk about, oh, it's crazy when you're trading COVID, right? Like 4 or 5 years from now, it's gonna be like, oh, it's crazy when you're trading the tariff, like when the tariffs were going on. Because you're probably not gonna see something like this again for like a long time, like maybe another 15 years where the market's moving crazy like this. I don't know how long this is going to last for. This is probably going to last for like maybe a couple more months or maybe like even a whole year. But like this type of market, this is going to be talked about in the future, like years later. So like say 5 years from now, and then say for example, somebody who's like brand new to trading, you're going to talk about how like, oh, you should have been there when you were trading the tariff news because price was moving like 2,000 points in like 5 minutes. It's crazy. When did COVID happen? So COVID happened in 2020. Yeah, about 5, 6 years. So, every 5, 6 years, something kind of crazy happens in the market that you talk about. Like we had the market crash, like early 2000s, we had the market recovery a couple years later, then we had COVID, and then we have this. Then I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5, 6 years, but something crazy is probably going to happen again. Yeah, Babbitt said one whipsaw to rule them all. And that's literally what happened here. It's a big whipsaw price whipsaw right here. And then I don't know what's going to happen next. So the MPSV2 just came up right here, guys. I was thinking about taking it, but I mean, I didn't, of course, because the ETR is just too high. I can't go up to, like, I don't think I would trade at 200 TP stop loss. I think that's just a little too wide for me. But yeah, if you guys took there was an entry that came up right here as an NPSV2 for a sell signal, price retrace, close right there. And it hit. If you guys went for the 200, that also hit. I don't know if you caught that, Christian, but yeah, so you guys can see here, the strategies are still working perfectly fine. Like the strategies are doing what they're supposed to do. It's just the market here is so great. Like at this point, I don't even think we need confluences, right? Like I don't think the confluences here are going to be relevant at all. Like we typically look at market profile. Look at this crazy candle. Look at this 30-minute candle. I like this is how many points do you guys think this is? I'm gonna guess maybe 1,500 points for this huge wick. It's close. 1,600. This is how much movement you get in like a week of trading. Like this doesn't happen in like less than 10 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever. So guys, if you guys want to trade, I think it's okay to just trade based off the momentum. I don't think the confluences or the red flags here even matter. Like realistically, I don't think it matters because the volatility here is so high that the market profile, it's not going to make a difference. Like I don't think these rejection points, they don't even matter right now. Normally they matter, like in a regular market, they matter. But because the market's kind of just doing whatever it wants, it's pushing up, it's coming down. At this point, it's just like straight momentum. Like, I don't think it even matters that we're at sessions right here, because if price wants to drop, it's going to keep dropping, right? There's so many actors in the market playing right now that, yeah, Shiv said, I'll be honest, I want the 30 ATR days back. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's crazy. It is pretty crazy here. Personally, I think I'd rather have the regular days back too. So we have some more profits over here. We got Jonathan, he locked in 467 for the day. Nice for Jonathan. Roll that wave up. And then we got ARC over here as well. ARC locked in 659 per account. So we locked in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About like 5,000 for the day. Yeah. ARC hit that one out of the park. So nice work right there, ARC. And then we got Sean over here. Sean locked in 6,185 for the day. Nice work, Sean. Man, you guys are killing it. Sean over here just opened a new 250K account. So you guys are taking advantage of this volatility, definitely, 100%. I mean, I'm taking it easy, but you guys are killing it. So nice work, guys, on those trades there. Again, if you guys are looking at taking the opportunities for entry here, look for the buy signal. Buy signal might come up on this candle right here. It's currently pending. The ATR is starting to slow down a little bit. I mean, it's still above 200, but the market volatility is starting to slow down a little bit. So I think the 100 could work in a situation like this. Yeah, Craig said this will be the true test of FOMO. It's really easy to just hop in, right? I know because the volatility is so high and you see price going back and forth, it's really easy for FOMO, but I'm still looking for the strategy. So if I'm looking for something here to come up, I'll be looking for something here to appear. And then from there, I'll be looking for, an opportunity for price to make that move. Glenn said, I'm going to save my capital for better days. Yeah, probably better idea right there too. Again, it kind of just depends on what you guys here are looking for. If you're okay with trading this higher volatility, you guys can. If you want to wait and just wait for a slower day or a regular day, then you can do that as well. Let's see. Tarek said, if you see momentum for upside with a nice setup here, would you use the fact that we would be rejecting point of control and value high as a retest? Yeah. So like I said earlier, I said this doesn't matter too much, but it does. It doesn't matter. It's not like the end all be all, but yes, I do agree with Tarek here. The confluences they're still relevant. I mean, I think now they're relevant, but earlier they weren't so relevant because the volatility was so high. But here on the 30-minute, you can see prices pushing away from here. The 1 hour price is pushing away from the point of control. So when the market starts to move normal again, like right now, the market is kind of like in a normal area. It's not like doing this crazy push to the upside and a crazy push to the downside. Now the price is kind of just going back and forth within this area. This is where it is becoming a little more relevant to have the confluences, right? So like what Tarek mentioned, break and retest of the area, I would use that as a confluence, of course. There's nothing really much here on the 30-minute, but there is a previous rejection right there. Same with the 1 hour, we have a rejection right here off the point of control. Looking over here at the volume profile, we don't really have much here, but if that break and retest that, like Tarek mentioned, on the volume profile here happened, that would be relevant. The clean chart over here, you can see that it's moved so much that like the 50-point splits like between the lines don't really. Yeah, we're having a big candle again right here. Let's see. So another big candle right here. It's a 200-point candle. But yeah, well, like what Tarek was asking. So basically, the confluences do matter. I know earlier I said that they're not really relevant, but they are relevant in a sense. They're relevant once the market starts to move like in a normal direction, like back and forth. What I meant earlier was basically when this is happening and price is kind of just pushing super heavily to the upside or to the downside, it doesn't have much of relevance. But now that price has kind of stabilized a little bit and it's going back and forth, now the market profile is going to be a little more relevant in a sense, right? Because right here you can kind of see. So the reason why it's relevant now is because we have some sort of range being established at this point. Not a crazy big range, but range nonetheless. What's up, Brock? Are you just getting on right now, Brock, or have you been on the charts? Because the market's been pretty crazy all day today. I don't know if you witnessed any of it, but yeah, pretty crazy day. Yeah, so you didn't see this, Brock. That this market pushed like 2,000 points in like 5 minutes right here. So it went from 37,000 all the way up to almost 40,000, and then it came right back down. You have an MPS V2 over here setting up for a sell. The ATR is currently at 220, Brock. I'm pretty sure you've never seen this before, but the ATR this high. So we have a possible MPS V2. There's nothing here for a buy that came up. There's a possible MPS V2 for a sell though, if anybody is looking to take that. So the confluences over here are starting to line up. Let's see, we have the MPS. So we got price pushing away from the value high over here on the 1 minute. On the 30-minute, we have a rejection off the value high right there. On the 1 hour, we have a huge rejection right here off the value high. Point of control, there's nothing there really. Rejection right here off the clean chart. Rejection off the weekly resistance right there. So there are confluences here for a sell. Let's see. Let's see. Christian said there were news at 10:30. What was the news event there, Christian? Let me check. I didn't see any news here at. Aside from the Fed, yeah, the Fed was speaking, but I don't think that's going to have too much of a relevance. He's just a smaller Fed speaker. So yeah, that's all that we had. We had FOMC member Kugler speaking at 7:30. Yeah, so that's all that we had for that right there specifically. All right, so we got the MPS V2 starting to set up right here, guys. If anybody's looking to take it, I think the sell here could be good because it is likely to push back to opening price. If it sets up, I mean, it's setting up here, but it would have to, you have to actually get that set up there. So this candle would have to close green. And then the next candle or whatever candle following that would have to close red. Let's see, Barack said Tradeify traders complaining of Tradeovate not realizing its market volatility. What do you mean, Barack? Let's see. Because you can't predict market volatility. Like they can't warn you that the volatility is going to happen, right? You can't like there's no safeguard from this. Like we can't predict that the EU is going to agree to the US and then market volatility was going to change. Oh yeah. Oh, that's their fault. Yeah, so Barack said he saw complaints of blown accounts. Like that's the trader's fault, right? If I blew my accounts right now because of like we took a trade here, and if this didn't hit my stop loss and it just went through, I would have taken full responsibility for the blown account. The people who are complaining, they're just being dumb. Like there's no way a broker can tell you, hey, market volatility is gonna be like 2,000 points today at exactly 7:10. Don't trade. There's nothing that could be done for that, Barack. I thought you meant there was something else that happened, like something that like like their account like froze or like shut down or something like that, right? The only thing that they would typically notify is if like a circuit breaker was going to happen, right? Then okay. But the thing is like you have to be self-aware. I feel so this is like the most toxic thing I think in the trading space is a lot of people just want to blame someone or something for their mistakes, right? If you blew your account right here trading during this, the thing is the volatility was already high for the day, right? The ATR was already at 100. Like it was already known to the world that the volatility is going to be high. If you blew your account because this big spike right here, that's not the broker's fault. Like the broker didn't have any responsibility to tell you, hey, you shouldn't be trading because yeah, like what Barack said, every man for himself. It's still your account and you're still in control of the account. So if you blow the account based off trading like these crazy markets, the thing is, so there's going to be people on opposite sides of the spectrum, right? There's going to be people who are super happy because they're catching these big pushes, and there's going to be people who are super pissed because they blew their accounts because they traded when volatility is just super crazy high. So there's an MPS V2 setting up right here, guys. If anybody is looking to take it, I think 100 could work in a situation like this. I think this is something I would be inclined to take too. Since I'm trading only in the prop accounts, I can take a little more risks. I'm taking less risk per trade. So this is something that I would be inclined to take. So if this here closes red, looks like I'm gonna take this here for a sell. I wouldn't do this on my hedge accounts or my personal account, of course, but because these are prop accounts and I have like a big cushion, I can take a little more trades than I usually do. So this candle's closing in about 5 seconds. Closing in 3, 2, 1, and I'm in the position right there. So the position is right there.
Order filled.
Some adjustments here. Yeah, the fucking volatility is so high, I can't even make the adjustments here. 18. 6, 18. Damn, I couldn't even make the adjustment there. It's okay. I gotta stop that on that one. It's okay. I'm taking like lower risk on these trades, so I can technically take 2. Yeah, because I took smaller contract sizes on this, so I was able to take a little more. TP stop loss is 100 right now, Brock. I mean, it probably should have been 200, but I think 100 is like doable. I had to adjust my contract sizes are really small now compared to what I was taking before. Yeah, no, the 50-point TP stop loss wouldn't work right here, bro, because it's so the ATR is like it's like 4 times 50. So it just wouldn't yeah, it just wouldn't work. This is kind of the downside of trading like props because you kind of like have, or I mean, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It's a little bit of both. Yeah, Shiv said, well, I'm calling it today, calling it a day. Leave back tomorrow. Don't like the ATR too much, not trying to risk. Did manage to secure 2 more funded though. Yeah, nice work, Shiv. So Shiv over here, he was able to lock in 2 more funded accounts. Took a small loss right there, but then he was able to lock in 2 more funded accounts right here, taking those trades. The thing with the market now is that it's and you got a ton of PAs right here. Nice work, Shiv, on getting all these PAs. The thing with the current market conditions is that it's actually kind of easy to get funded. Right now because the volatility is so high. I mean, if you get lucky and you catch these bigger volatility spikes here, you can really just ride this up for quite a big push. And obviously patch your accounts right away. So yeah, nice work, Shiv. So Shiv's done for the day. He's
order submitted. Order submitted.
Let me log into here real quick. I was trying to every time I flat my position, it says order submitted, but I don't see any positions here with any active orders. It's weird. Log into this. I'm kind of glad right now that the hedge accounts are actually not working because this is kind of a crazy time to be using this one too. I just wanted to make sure that I was out on all the positions, which I am. I'm not sure why is that one so. Well, I'll just keep looking over here. For some reason, I keep getting these errors. Let me see. I'm logged in. I'm trying to figure out because like I might have to just reset my Ninja Trader. This is kind of what happened last week when I was trading. But that was because my laptop shut off on me. I had to like reset Ninja Trader and then it just fixed everything. Because I don't have anything here running. Let's leave it as is. It shifts it. You got me scared for a second. I thought you triggered a buy as I was closing out. Yeah, no, I'm not in any positions right now. I think one of my accounts or something happened with my copier. Or I don't know if it's my copier or whatever it may be. I need to reset my Ninja. Because I'm looking at my accounts here. My accounts are fine. I don't have anything here that's on. I logged into my TraderBait just to make sure everything here was good too, and everything seems fine. I'll log onto my TraderBait for Apex. Stuff like this always happens when the market's moving crazy, unfortunately. I see Samson just in, Trump pausing all tariffs aside from China. I kind of had a feeling that was what was going to happen. Yeah, so it's fake news. Let's see, White House says fake news that Trump is considering 90-day pause. That's not real. The White House says any suggestion that President Trump is considering a 90-day pause in tariffs is fake news. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's not doing any pauses, but I could see that happening. I could see him be more friendly. Big contract just came in right now. 60 contracts for a sell at 37,901. Man, the volatility is so high that I can't even like normally I can just drop and drag here. But the volatility is so high that I have to actually put in the actual number. So this is where the sell orders came in from. This is an MPSV2 that was running for a buy, it looks like. So there's a buy signal retracement continuation right here. MPSV2 happened right here. There's an MPSV2 that's currently running in profit. Yeah, so for today, guys, I lowered my contract size to trade the 100 point TP stop loss, and that's why I was able to take two trades today because the risk was just it was half risk. Yeah, it was half risk, so I mean it equaled to one loss basically. Um, Looking at this right here, so there goes an NPSV2 that came up. If anybody decided to, obviously take that trade there, there's a buy signal, retracement, buy continuation right here, and it confirmed to the upside. Nice, yeah, full TP on that. Mike said NPSV2 running. Did you get catch that one, Mike? CJ got it, and full TP right there. Nice, Kyle got it too. Nice work, guys. I think I'm done taking entries for the day. I'm kind of just, I mean, yeah, for the most part, I'm kind of just taking it easy here for the moment. Because there's not really much here for me to obviously hop into. So we gotta continue to push the upside here, it looks like. All right, let me see if there's any confluences here that we can look at. So there's no confluences on the 1 minute. There's a buy confluence over here on the 30 minute, buy confluence on the 1 hour. Not really much. I mean, you don't really. So for me personally, guys, I don't think the confluences here are going to make a huge difference. Yeah, they're going to help, but I don't think they're going to make or break any trades here because the price is kind of just doing what it wants to right now, right? As you guys can see here, it's kind of just bouncing back and forth with regard to direction and whatnot. So yeah, price is kind of just going back and forth here. So I mean, if you see any entries that come up, I mean, you can kind of just take any entry that kind of goes in your favor in a sense. Like if you have an NPSV2 that comes up or an A plus plus, I think price will probably just keep pushing in that direction because the thing is like market's not really, I mean, it's respecting these areas, but not really. Because there's a lot of other factors out there that's kind of pushing price around. In a situation like this, I would probably just sit out market, right? Like for me, I'm kind of done for the market today because it's just not yeah, it's just not really worth the risk. Check something here on the plan. Some of these sizes. All right, there we go. Yeah, so you guys can see how price is pushing up. This thing is kind of like it's just it's tricky how this thing here is how this thing kind of just pushes up and then Because there's just no, so what I mean here is that the thing is like momentum is following the direction. So for example, here you got momentum pushing to the downside and it's pushing down lower, right? Same with it right here. You had a buy signal, didn't actually continue pushing up. It just ended up coming back down. Same with this right here. We have a buy signal and it's pushing up. So like if price wants to keep pushing up and it's going to keep moving in this big range, I think. So just looking at this from a bird's eye view, I think this is kind of where it's going to be bouncing from. Right from here and then from here. I don't think there's going to be really like buyers are going to be in control or the sellers are going to be in control. It's just going to be kind of like who's in control at that moment. Right. It's price pushed down here. It didn't really push down any lower. It came back up. And then it might just come back down or etc. So if there's anything specific here that you guys are looking to take, I mean, feel free to take it. Or if you see something like you see an engulfing candle and you see that as an A++, because right here we have, well, I mean, it looks like the A++ already came up. There was an engulfing, buy signal, another engulfing, etc. The ATR here is starting to drop down a little bit. So with that being the case here, I mean, you might be able to find, easier entries to get in and out of. But yeah, I mean, it's 8 o'clock right now. I would probably, usually I'd be off because the volatility is lower, but I think I'd be off because volatility is too high here. It's probably better to just wrap it up for the most part. Trying to see if there's anything else here that could be relevant, but for the most part, I don't really see anything here of too much relevance. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to hop into the chat. If you guys don't have anything to cover, I think we're going to wrap it up for the day. There's just not much here to there's just not much here to really work with. It looks like the volatility here is just going to keep. I mean, it's a little high right now. Still, got 73. So trying to change some settings over here for myself. Yeah, so it looks like I'm probably gonna have to aim for trading tomorrow because right now it's just not going to cut it, of course. But all right, guys, I think this might be it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hop into the chat right now. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap this up for the day. I got a couple mentoring sessions today, so if you guys want to sit in on the mentoring session today, I have one session at 2 o'clock with Jarrell. It's going to be more of a beginner type session if you guys want to sit in on that. And then I have a very beginner session at 4 o'clock with Abraham. So there's going to be 2 different mentoring sessions today. They're going to be very basic and very beginner friendly. So if you guys want to sit in on that and understand how the mentoring sessions work with beginner traders, feel free to hop in. The link will be posted in the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, just subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll get an email when I go live. Make sure you turn on notifications so that it'll notify you whenever I go live. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for the day. Let's see. CJ said, I haven't seen Kodi since Trump made the tariffs announcement. I know he's been chilling. Knows market's been crazy. Brock said, happy that despite what we made profits here. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, Kyle said being extra careful. There's just no point in kind of taking the any risks here, guys. It's a crazy market and there's no need to force anything here. But yeah, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be back in a couple hours for the mentoring session with Jarrell at 2 o'clock and then another mentoring session at 4 o'clock with Abraham. So all right, guys, I'll see you guys then. If I don't see you guys at the mentoring session, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right.